There was a time when Nigeria was so rich, it gave loans to Western countries. During the 1970s oil boom, Nigeria was swimming in cash thanks to skyrocketing crude oil prices. The country's economy was thriving, and the government had so much surplus money that it began lending to nations like the UK and even the International Monetary Fund. At one point, Nigeria's military leader, General Yakubu Gowon, famously said, "Money is not Nigeria's problem, but how to spend it." However, poor financial management, corruption, and a sudden crash in oil prices led to economic decline. By the 1980s, Nigeria had gone from lending money to struggling with debt, showing how quickly wealth can disappear without careful planning.
Hello. Once again, welcome to my angle. My name is JIBRIN, and this is my angle. Yes, you heard that. Nigeria, that once upon a time, Nigeria was rich, so rich that even UK as a country, that is one of the Western powers, superpowers. They were borrowing money from Nigeria, including IMF. IMF was borrowing money from Nigeria. I remember when $1, is it 1979, between 1979 and 1981, a dollar was about 50 naira. No, 81, between 81 and 82. Between 81 and 82, a dollar was, $1 was 50 kobo, not 50 naira, sorry. 50 kobo to a dollar. I remember then, Mercedes-Benz was, we call it, Mercedes-Benz was about 20,000 naira then. We have a Peugeot. That time, Peugeot was one of the reigning cars then. Peugeot 505 and 504. 505 was about 7,000. Remember that time because, yes, I remember that time my mom bought 505 and 504 in 1 week. So that is why I know that price that time. I remember it very vividly or whatever. I don't joke with it because my mom got 2 vehicles in 1 week then. 505, I think she bought it then at 7,500 naira. And the 504, she bought it at 6,500 thereabout. That was the range. That was when Nigeria was Nigeria. Even before then, Nigeria was whatever. Even at that point, Nigeria was already getting bad. Because that was when we had the Shagari regime. The Shagari regime, corruption was already endemic even then. So, and that was then. You can imagine, did you know that Nigeria ever borrowed, there was a time Nigeria was borrowing money to UK and even IMF? My God, we are so rich, including up to now. We are so rich. When I say rich, we are the 6th largest economy in the world. Sorry, not economy. 6th largest oil producing country in the world. We are richer than Dubai, than United Arab Emirates. Yet, United Arab Emirates economy is far, far greater than ours. Much better country. A country that a country that has attracted and is attracting the entire globe, the highest and the mightiest in the society. A country that if you have not visited, especially Dubai, if you as a human being also, no matter how much money you make, if you have not visited Dubai, if you have not passed through Dubai, that you've not even started at all. Yet, this same Dubai, Nigeria is richer in everything. When I say richer, we are really richer in oil, richer in solid minerals. Nigeria, I wrote an article in the past some years ago. Globally, we have about 60-something, I can't remember specifically, 60-something number of solid minerals globally on Earth. Different solid minerals, about 60-something. In Nigeria, we have about 50-something of them, about 52, 53 of global solid mineral, solid mineral that is found on Earth. The types of 63 of the types of solid mineral found on Earth is found in Nigeria on commercial quantity. So we are solid mineral rich, overwhelmingly rich. We are liquid mineral overwhelmingly rich. We are human resources mineral. We are human resources rich. We have in medicine, we have some of the best doctors in the world. Whatever you mention in any field, you call them. Even in the US, what Nigerians are doing, they are doing exploit in all fields. We have everything that it takes to be among the world economic superpowers. But here we are today. Instead of one of the world's economic superpowers, we are one of the world's, if not the world's most corrupt and the world's poorest country. This is not a curse. God blessed us with everything. God gave us everything that we have more than we need. We have what it takes to be luxurious. To live a luxurious life. Every citizen of Nigeria has what it takes for all its citizens to live a luxurious life. But no, what we have today is we have about between 70 something and 80 something in our population that are below poverty line. Percent. About, I think 75% or thereabout that lives below poverty line. What is the reason for this debacle, for this great misfortune? Leadership. That is the difference between Nigeria and United Arab Emirates. United Arab Emirates, the little they have at their disposal, the king, who is a sensitive, empathic, selfless, generous, patriotic king or leader, has done so much and is doing so much. That is why United Arab Emirates is what it is today. It is now the glory that it exudes to the world today. Juxtapose it with Nigeria, that is far bigger in population, bigger in wealth, bigger in human resources. Yet, are one of the poorest in the world. What an irony. What is the difference between these two countries? Leadership. God has blessed. This is not human government. God does not even have hand in human government. That's just the truth. He has given us everything to manage things based by ourselves. So I won't say God has blessed Dubai with it. No. Dubai blessed themselves with the right leader or right leaders. Nigeria cost itself with the bad leaders. Because, like they always say, the society is worthy of the leader they elect, or is deserving of the leader it elects. And that is exactly what is happening in Nigeria. So, it is so sad. It is so annoying, infuriating, and irritating for us to be actually swimming, not just in an ocean, not just in a river, in an ocean. Nigeria is swimming. Nigerians are swimming in an ocean, yet thirsty. They are thirsty. Can you imagine someone is inside the river swimming? All around the person is water. Everything around the person is water. But yet, the person is thirsty. The person still cries, keep yelling, I am thirsty. I am thirsty. Someone should get water for me. Does it make sense? That's exactly what we are passing through in Nigeria as Nigerians. We are deep inside water, inside ocean, yet we are thirsty. Because less than 1% of the population has chosen in their wickedness, in their callosity, to squeeze, to commandeer, and barricade the entire wealth to themselves. And honestly, they didn't do this all by themselves. They did it with the connivance of the West. I've always said it, the West never, look, a prospering Nigeria is inimical to the West. A prospering Africa is detrimental to the interest of the West. The West don't like it. It will not be in their interest for us to grow. It will not be in their interest for Africa or Nigeria to be progressive, to prosper, to be independent. They prefer us having to have a handout. Can you imagine? We were the ones giving to UK. We were the ones borrowing them money. Today, they are the ones now that we are stretching our hands, begging, pleading for money. We have depended on them. We are depending on them financially. They have bankrupted Nigeria. They have milked, fleeced Nigeria to stupor, to where we are today. The West, they are wicked. They are selfish. They do not desire it. They dread to see Nigerians or Africa prosper or move forward or be independent. And that is why in the case of Nigeria, they laid this foundation for where we are today. They laid the foundation for the corrupt people to keep to perpetuate themselves in power, to cycle and recycle and recycle and recycle themselves over and over and over again. It is the foundation that the West laid for us. We allowed them to lay for us. They brainwashed our founding fathers. And some of our founding fathers were not even brainwashed. They were self-brainwashed by being sentimental, religiously sentimental, tribalistically sentimental, regionally sentimental. Hence, where we are today. And that is just it. So, the amalgamation was just a fluke. The so-called amalgamation is just a sham. It was corrupted from the foundation. The foundation of amalgamation is just complete ruse. The West cooked it up and connived with the North to inflict on us what we have today. So that is the foundation. The West were envious of. They couldn't believe. They couldn't believe beyond. They couldn't believe that an African country was actually borrowing them money, lending them money, for God's sake. Can you imagine that? Did you know that IMF was actually borrowing money from Nigeria? UK was borrowing money from Nigeria. Did you know that? They were envious. To them, it was like a taboo. How could they be borrowing us money? These are fucking black monkeys. Why? Because they've always viewed themselves as superior to us. So it was like an envy, jealousy, and to them it was unacceptable. Hence, they engineered our downfall. And our founding fathers then, that they used to engineer this downfall, some of them ignorantly gave into their manipulation. When I say some of them, not all of them, but few of them knew that it was manipulation, but they went ahead, they went with it because it favored them. When I'm talking about, I'm going to be, I'll be very specific. When I say it favored them, it is not the Saldana of Sokoto. Then, so, and that is just it. And that is why the North has been perpetually in power for over 60 years of Nigeria's age, 63 years now, right? 1960, 65 years. What are we talking about? Hmm? It is so sad. So sad. And this is my angle.